Going on, guys? This is SYCX1, and today I'm going to show you one of the new Deathrattle decks. You may be seeing it around already. Let's see. Basically, it's a Warlock deck, this one. Now, you can make Deathrattle decks out of pretty much any class right now. This is one of my favorites. Alright, so we got 2 Power Overwhelmings, 2 Leper Gnomes, 2 Haunted Creepers, 2 Loot Hoarders, 2 Weblords, 2 Nerubian Eggs, 2 Flesheating Ghouls, 2 Harvest Golems, 2 Void Terrors, 2 Shadowflames, 2 Cult Masters, 2 Abominations, 2 Faceless Manipulators, 1 Bloodhoof, Maexxna, Sylvanas, and the Black Knight. Now, as you can probably tell, this deck it's just kind of meant to face roll people with some death roll combos. So it has a lot of cards in here that kill my creatures, such as Power Overwhelming, Void Terror is a big one, and even Abomination. You can use it to kill off your stuff. Alright, so that's pretty much it. We got the Leper Gnomes. Obviously good because, you know, it does an automatic 2 damage no matter what. Usually ends up doing at least 4 to 6 damage. Now the 100 Creepers and the Nerubian Eggs here, I really like to play those with the Void Terror. So what you do is on like turn 1 you toss out a Leper Gnome, turn 2 Nerubian Egg, turn 3 Void Terror. You know, it's a pretty decent combo. Shadowflame is also good for getting rid of those Nerubian Eggs, and Power Overwhelming is awesome for that as well. And you start to get towards, you know, mid-game, later on in the game, you can throw down your Cult Master. It's going to draw you a few cards usually, especially if one of your spider things here pops, the Haunted Creepers. You kill that thing and you have these, you know, these little, you have Cult Master out. You know, those things, they die really easily, so and that's pretty much it. And the only card in this deck that doesn't really fit is the Black Knight. However, it's in there specifically to go up against meta right now. Black Knight is just one of those cards that kind of toss in every deck. Sylvanas, I mean, you gotta play her really carefully because she can get easily wasted. I really like to clear the board, and then after they put out like one fat creature after I've cleared the board or something, then, you know, you put out Sylvanas with a Power Overwhelming on it the same turn, and you'll take their fat creature that they just put out. Maexxna, you know, she's pretty good. She's pretty beefy. She usually kills a few creatures before she dies, so I mean, she doesn't need to have a lot of damage because obviously she just kills stuff. Bloodhoof here, he's just a beefy character. I see him out quite often, and, you know, more than not, he's killing at least a few creatures as well. Now, Faceless Manipulator, you know, this is kind of another meta card that I've kind of tossed in just because, you know, I kind of ran out of Deathrattle stuff to toss in here. I think I pretty much put everything in here. Kind of looking forward to next week because we're going to get some new cards, hopefully, through the new Wing and Nax. And, yeah, let's see if I can go play a quick match real quick, just so you could check it out. I think this is just my custom Warlock deck. I'll just go ahead and do a casual game. As you can see, I'm not really very high ranked right now. I've just been kind of messing around this month, checking out all the new decks. I wanted to see how some of them would handle ranked. Okay, versus a Pally. Now this is an unranked game, so I'm hoping I'll win. If I don't, I'll be disappointed. So normally I would Mulligan to get a Void Terror and a Nerubian Egg, so I actually got a really good hand here, and I was talking about throwing down Leper Gnome first, so we're going to go ahead and keep that. This Weblord, it's kind of like a meta control card, so I'm not going to need it right now, especially because it makes my Void Terror more expensive. And yeah, it's kind of a late game card, but that's okay. So we got our first, few turns played out here. Now, I could use this coin in a few different ways right now, but it kind of slows down the Void Terror, honestly. So pretty much no matter what, you're going to be playing that Void Terror on turn 3 unless you decide to play it on turn 2 off a Leper Gnome. So let's go ahead and toss down the Leper Gnome. I might even experiment and just toss down the Void Terror now. It depends on this guy's play. Decisions. I can actually take that creature out and still play my Void Terror off of this next turn. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that. One of the things about playing against Paladins, especially, is you want to kill, a lot of their early creatures because they're trying to buff them up with enchantments. That's a great one to put out against my deck, so we'll see what happens here. See, now if I had enough, I could actually play... I could set this up even further and delay putting some deaths down to buff that up, but maybe I should just mirror it. This is a pretty tough decision right here. Yeah, I'm going to have to start putting a threat on that, so I'm going to go ahead and just do this. So you can see the Void Terror in action. So it's going to become a 3/5 from the 0/2 here, and then a 4/4 pops up. So, I mean, that's on turn 3, so that's not bad. I realize that there's decks out there that are winning by turn 5 right now with the right draw. But this is kind of a more control aggro. Let's see how good it works against this guy. See, now I can use my coin on something if I feel like it. Something's got to die this turn. So, in that regard, I might just go ahead and throw that sucker down with my coin off of one of these. Because I got one Nerubian out already. I'm not likely to have something else that can kill this one for at least a few more turns. I'll just go ahead and do this. Now none of my stuff dies, so that's good. I gotta get rid of his Flesh Eater though as soon as possible. And there's the Blessing of Kings I was expecting. But see, unbeknownst to him, I've got my lovely Faceless Manipulator here. And by killing his creature, I am just gonna totally buff the crap out of mine. So I need to do 7. I can do exactly 7 with these. And then have more to hit him directly with. You can probably see why I like these Flesh Eaters. They get buffed real quick. Especially when you can steal one from the opposing player. No. I was kind of expecting a consecration right there, but I'm just disappointed I didn't get the kill right there. It's probably a good time for Sylvanas. No, maybe not. I'm not going to waste her. I'm just going to go ahead and toss this stuff out. Kill these 2 things. Get 2 more damage on that. Slam him to the face. Hopefully I can get the kill in real quick here. Well, anyways, if my time runs out, here is the deck in question. As you can see, I'm probably going to win this. Alright, so, cool. Yep, Oh, that was a horrible move on my behalf. Yeah, so I wasn't keeping track and I didn't even notice that he put out a secret. I was looking at my recording software here. Nevertheless, this guy's just delaying the game at this point. Yeah, he's certainly not going to have that for very long. Alright, well, I'm not going to fall for his trick again. But I will steal that from him and then toss out these. Well, there you go. Can't imagine he has anything in his hand that could stop me now. However, that card is more annoying than I would prefer. And that is game. Well, if you guys have any questions about this deck, go ahead and leave your question in the comments or whatnot, and I will get back to you. Alright, peace out, guys.